Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter, and this is the Sales Hunter podcast. And you know what? Sales does not have to be complicated. Ready for a strange fact? The more successful the salesperson, the less complicated they feel sales is. Average salespeople are the ones who feel it's the most complicated. And it's that belief that is keeping them from breaking through to the next level. Today, I'm going to share with you 4 things you need to focus on to make sales less complicated. And the show begins right now.
You're listening to the Sales Hunter Podcast with Mark Hunter, where the focus is to help you as a sales leader sell with confidence and integrity. And now here's your host.
Hey, we're excited to say that iTunes named us number one new sales podcast for 2022. Hey, thank you to you, the listening audience, for making us number one. And hey, having a sales meeting? How come we haven't talked? I need to be part of your sales meeting because that's what I do. I deliver keynotes all over the country and around the world in helping you find and retain better prospects. But hey, let's get into the show right now because we're talking about sales does not have to be complicated. Have you ever noticed how things you're really good at, you do with a sense of ease, right? It's amazing how they're not overly complicated and you do them with a real sense of ease and confidence. Yep. And then there's other things that you struggle with. And those are the ones that, you just can't get. Because why is it? Because you just don't have that same ease, that same confidence. They don't come together. So here's the thing. This is the way sales is. Sales does not have to be as complicated as you make it out to be. I'm going to challenge you to assess how you sell. And I want you to look at the 4 following things. Number 1, first is your focus. Are you truly focused on your ideal customer and their needs? You don't have time to chase shiny objects. Or worse yet, think you can boil the ocean. Hey, come on, slow down. Ask yourself, is everything you're doing in your sales process committed to that one thing? And that is the customer and their needs. This means focusing on asking them questions that go deep. Now, here's why. You can't be asking surface questions because what happens is we complicate things because we wind up keeping people in our pipeline that don't deserve to be in our pipeline. Ask deep questions because you want to really have fewer prospects in your pipeline so you can spend more time with them. The sooner you figure out who's in and who's out, the better off you're going to be. Second, are you holding fast to your routine, sticking with the schedule you create? And hey, check out last week's episode where I talked about how top performers have a routine. I can't stress this enough, how the top performers are the ones who have a routine. So I'm not going to dwell deeper on that. Let's go to number 3. Third, most important is remaining calm and not allowing yourself to get caught up in drama and curveballs that customers love to throw at you. Customers can be quick to throw you curveballs in the form of strange requests. I just had one like this yesterday. Got an email from a client and they were asking for something. And it's like, no, not going to go down that path. You see, here's the whole thing. It's your job to remain confident and push back when necessary. The worst thing you can do is find yourself stuck on the customer's merry-go-round, where all you do is go around and around, but you never get anywhere. Okay, 4th and final. And I save this one for 4th and final because it hits home with the vast majority of people. And that is not procrastinating. What happens when we procrastinate? We wind up having to spend more time figuring out what to do when we finally get around to doing it. You see, doing more work than necessary is the most blatant way we overcomplicate things. Look at your schedule. Why are you overcomplicating it by procrastinating? Deal with it today. Now, I'm not saying, and top performers are not ones to say, oh, email comes in and I respond to it right now. No, that's not the case at all. Top performers in the routine, they say, I'm going to package up these emails and I'm going to take care of them at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock or 6 o'clock, whenever it might be. but they don't leave things hanging. They don't procrastinate. Here's the deal. Sales can be as complicated as we want it to be, but the faster you deal with uncomplicating things, the sooner you're going to be increasing your sales. Sales does not have to be complicated. Hey, if you're serious about upping your game and becoming a top performer, check out the link in the show notes. I've got a new course that you're going to want to take advantage of how you can become a top performer. Hey, I want to say thanks for listening, and I do trust you value the content shared, and you'll take a moment to subscribe to the podcast and rate and review the show. Would you please? Hey, each week I give you 2 episodes. One, a short episode like this, sharing specific ideas around a specific topic. And later in the week, I always share with you a little longer form, about 22, 24 minutes of an interview with a leading sales expert. Hey, the Sales Hunter Podcast, your answer to cutting edge sales insights. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Thanks for listening.